Alright, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here, sitting here with one of our clients, Olivier van der Weide, and it's my last day in Zurich, and we thought, let's get together, let's kind of talk about his story, maybe to inspire you to see what's possible and how it is possible. What exactly are you offering people?
So right now what I offer is I basically help busy professionals and entrepreneurs build muscle, lose body fat, and of course, look better naked.
Yeah, here's the cool thing. We've had many people in this niche making similar amounts of money. So if you're watching this and you're like, wait a minute, another fitness guy doing this? Yeah, because abundance, as you can see, it works, right? Just because there's so-and-so doing this already and so-and-so influencer having millions of followers already, and you have a guy like him, complete nobody really knows who you are, you're not a famous person. How did you discover your skill with the fitness thing?
Good question. I think it's something that I always had, but I didn't know how to leverage.
Okay.
So I always was coaching people one way or another. People were like, oh, I can't eat this thing, I can't eat that thing. I was like, actually you can, but you gotta take it from a different approach.
Yeah.
So I always had like coaching within me, but I just never knew how to do it properly. And I first thought that I had to do YouTube videos, so I was like putting out some content, like, guys,
the classical way to
eat
start,
this stuff, don't eat that stuff. And after some point in time, just like, I knew that I wanted to do it, but what I was doing was the complete wrong approach.
Yeah, I do remember when you came to us, we like instantly, forget the YouTube thing, don't do that yet. We have some advanced clients that are now doing YouTube with our help, but you don't need this to get your first 10K, stop that, and we just focused on the right things. And
yep.
I love also that you said like you always kind of had coaching within you. That's something that I've held within me as well. That I was always like, whenever I would learn something, I would instantly like teach it my friends and my family, and like
yep.
I would always be that person that would like to pass on at least some of the knowledge that I found, and that was the case from my first business, the dating advice business. I was always the guy who started helping his friends and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then obviously once I started building a business, I just randomly started giving out business advice. How about the fitness part? How did you learn that yourself? Did you go to a school to do that, or did you just acquire the knowledge yourself?
Yeah, good question. So for me, it was pretty much that. I had a few personal trainers in the past myself, actually. I went to a nutritionist, a dietitian.
Yeah.
I just noticed that their way of working wasn't optimal. And that kind of made me, spurred on the interest of like, okay, is there a better way to do this? So I started researching myself, pretty much self-learning most things. And once I started applying that for myself, that's when things really came together. I'm like, oh, there's a better way of doing this.
Nice.
And for me to find information, I trained, transform my own body, my own life, and I was so much more confident as a result of that.
Yeah.
And for me to experience that, I'm like, yo, other people have to experience this.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much from going from personal trainers, dietitians to now then, self-learning it.
Most people think like, oh, if I want to teach fitness, I gotta be this like perfectly Adonis-shaped kind of guy. But you strike me as a fit guy for sure, but not this like incredibly fit guy,
Yeah.
Do you think that was an issue at any point, or do you think it was just in your brain, or how did you deal with that?
Yeah, good point. So basically I always thought that I have to get super shredded, look super good in order to, get good clients.
Yeah.
And the truth is that a lot of people are not even looking for that. They don't want to get like crazy huge, look like Mr. Olympia. And I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that the moment you just have like a good physique, that you look fit enough, right?
Yeah.
That people are like, oh, that's admirable. And that's good. And there's not even anything crazy, just people, like most people who need that help, first of all, are not even working out. They're not even thinking about, for 1 second, about nutrition.
Yeah.
So the moment you can take me from where they are right then to pretty much where I am right now, it's not only it's easier, but it's also just more sustainable, and it shows it pretty much that anyone can do it.
How does your everyday life look like in general?
So pretty much, I wake up at like 10, 11 sometimes, and I just, do my little bit of morning routine. I work out first, take care of myself, and then, casually I'll start with, some DMs, like I'll write some people, I'll just like do some content, and of course the rest of the day is just about, having some sales calls, getting some new clients, and of course, coaching, which is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I always coach it pretty much at night. That's like my preference, is that I'm a night person.
Ah, okay,
And
okay.
Before I was working like really like early morning shifts, and I'd be so groggy, I have to take so much coffee just to get by.
What do you think was the biggest point for you to learn from our help? Like, is there one specific point where you were like, that's the one that I was lacking?
Yeah, I think just creating creating the business itself.
Yeah.
Before I was just a dude trying to advertise.
Yeah.
Something, but I didn't know what I was even advertising.
The classics, yeah.
So it was pretty much, I was an empty shell, and it was just filling up that shell of like, okay, look, this is how you do the coaching, this is how you like find these good clients, this is how you manage it. Just having the whole structure in place of like what to do and how to do it, and removing all that guesswork of like, okay, do I do this first or that? And just clarifying that up a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having the time. I appreciate that.
No worries.
And talk soon.